So, listening to some of these shareholder proposals, I couldn't help but think two things. One, who is paying these people? And two, these folks have way too much free time. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I know that these topics are important. However, asking Tesla to prepare in-depth reports on all of these things is not really going to help anything or anyone. If you don't believe Tesla is doing the right thing, then go invest your money somewhere else. I'll repeat, topics like racism and child labor are super important. Obviously, this goes unsaid, but it just sounded like these shareholders expect Tesla to end these issues that have plagued humanity for centuries. Tesla is a corporation, not a humanitarian aid company. Now, I don't want to come off as inconsiderate here. I'm just saying this because I genuinely believe Tesla does the right thing when and where it can. I believe it tries to avoid child labor at any cost, and it will do what it can to root out employees acting in discriminatory fashion. But with a company that has over 100,000 employees operating globally, you're going to brush shoulders with bad actors. For a shareholder to make it Tesla's job to create these lengthy reports on all of these issues just seems like missing the forest for the trees. Tesla has shifted the entire auto industry to electrification. This is a profound achievement from what other OEMs were saying about EVs just 5 years ago. It was all incredibly negative. So to all of those shareholders who would actually be voting for all of those proposals that were presented, I would just remind you to focus on this. This one gentleman skipped asking a question and just thanked Elon for making the world a better place. This exemplifies what Tesla is really all about.
Thank you for making the world a better place.
Thank you.
And of course, shout out to everyone watching this. Retail investors doing our part to push this mission forward.
And I find it remarkable that, essentially amateur, like normal everyday people actually understand Tesla better than the analysts. I mean, you must see this as like, it's like.
So with that out of the way, now for the main highlights and my takeaways. The final shareholder votes will be released via an 8-K within 4 business days, and at this time we might get the official date for the upcoming stock split. Elon reiterated a target of 20 million vehicles sold per year by 2030 and is still aiming for a 2 million unit run rate by the end of this year. Currently, Tesla sits at around a 1.5 million unit run rate. Tesla also made its 3 millionth car this July. Remember, just 10 years ago, Tesla had made less than 3,000 cars. Elon reminded everyone the importance of Tesla being cumulatively profitable, and Tesla hit that milestone last year. Tesla is also tracking to have the Model Y become the best-selling vehicle by revenue this year and by unit volume next year. Tesla may announce a factory location later this year, and when Elon asked where Tesla should put the next factory, many people shouted Canada, and then Elon reminded us that he is part Canadian. This part right here is crucial. We got some new information. Tesla is looking to build 10 to 12 gigafactories total, with an average output of around 1.5 to 2 million units per factory. Right now, Fremont is still the highest output factory in North America, and Elon said he will not be surprised if Tesla's total vehicle production is not over 100 million 10 years from now. Yes, that's cumulative, not annual. Tesla sold 4 gigawatt hours of energy storage in 2021, and this represented over 15% of the gigawatt hours deployed globally. And a fun fact alert right here, if you add up all of the energy produced over the last 10 years by Tesla solar panels, it's more energy than was used to manufacture all Tesla cars and to charge all of them at superchargers and at home. FSD 10.13 may be closer to a 10.69 than just a regular 0.1 increase due to some significant architectural changes. There are many improvements coming. Tesla's at a 90% success rate with Chuck's famous left turn. Elon's hopeful for a release next week, but he did not sound very confident. Elon is still expecting to solve FSD this year, whatever that actually means. AI Day is still set for the end of September. Tesla has the highest operating margin in the entire industry. Master Plan Part 3 will maybe be done this month. It's still all about scaling. Elon reminded us not to sleep on the software aspect of Tesla's factories. Elon actually got pretty close to dropping some news on superchargers, but he left it at there is some cool stuff coming with Tesla supercharging. Tesla's basically doubling the supercharger count every year, and they're still planning to do a futuristic diner with big screens to show the greatest movie clips of all time in LA. You will be able to go to the restaurant even if you don't own a Tesla, and depending on how that rollout goes, they may take this elsewhere as well. One way Tesla differentiates itself from a safety perspective, Tesla cars are connected. They can analyze a ton of data that legacy OEMs cannot, so they can analyze crash data and continually improve safety by sending OTA updates, things like changing house seatbelts, pre-tension, and many others. FSD Beta will be available to anyone who requests it in North America by the end of this year. Tesla is spending money as fast as they can without wasting it. Share buybacks are possible in the future, but Elon was not ready to commit to it. He just wants to make sure Tesla is rock solid financially no matter what happens around the world. The Cybertruck pricing and specs will be different than when they initially released it. This should come as absolutely no surprise. They're still tracking on production toward the middle of next year, and they will start to install some equipment, presumably the Gigapress from Idra, later this year. Tesla is seeing that most commodity prices for the things that go into Tesla vehicles are mostly trending down, but this can always change. Elon's guess is that we are past peak inflation and that it will drop rapidly from here. He also guessed we will have a mild recession for around 18 months. There isn't extreme misallocation of capital like there was back in 2008. Elon still believes Tesla will be the most valuable company in the world, and he reminded everyone to buy the dips along the way.
People panicking, then instead of saying, oh man, my stock's gone down, there's a buying opportunity.
Tesla's rollout of FSD will not be restricted to one city in the future, but it will be dependent on regulations. It just won't be a limitation in the autonomous capabilities. Elon plans to stay at Tesla as long as he can be useful, and he will focus on product design and manufacturing optimization for the most part. Elon said Tesla would continue to do very well even if he were to be kidnapped by aliens. Just a personal aside, I still really want Elon to buy Twitter. I know this is unpopular, but he briefly explained his grand vision for the platform, what it could be, and he said that owning Twitter would accelerate this plan to have a platform like he thought X.com could be back in the day. That being accelerating his plan to have this platform when compared to having to start from scratch. The aim of Tesla Dojo is of course to be good at video training, and right now it may be the third most powerful computing center in the world for AI training. Dojo may be better than GPU clusters soon-ish, according to Elon. Tesla is working on communication between Teslas for things like potholes and road closures to get real-time data, similar to how the Waze app does it. Just FYI, there were a few news items from today that I'll cover tomorrow. Overall, the meeting took a very positive tone. Elon seemed happy, healthy, and in good spirits, and as he likes to say, I'm as confident about the future of Tesla as I ever have been.
And like if we work, really hard to accelerate sustainable energy, sustainable transport, the future will be good. And I think just make sure people know that. And I'm not suggesting complacency at all. I'm literally saying if we work hard towards a sustainable future, we will achieve it. And the future was bright. So. Thank you very much. Thank you.